Hello friends, welcome to bisptrainings.com. My name is Sumit and I'm a subject matter expert in Qlikview. In this tutorial, I will be going to tell you about the preceding and the resident load in Qlikview. So let's understand about preceding load. As you know that in Qlikview we can load data from multiple data sets. So the preceding load can be used to define multiple calculations and the transformation within one load script. So in Qlikview, whenever we load the data by using a script editor, it creates a load statement. So by using preceding load statement, by using preceding load, we can define the calculations, we can define the transformations, or we can display the specific data, specific columns after apply some aggregations on the columns by using the one load script. The preceding load takes input from a previous select statement. So it is always mandatory that we should have a previous load statement or previous select statement should be there, because then only the preceding load can be loaded. Preceding load is invoked by checking preceding load while selecting load statement. And once a preceding load had been done, once a calculation has been done, or transformation has been done, we do not need to perform the same calculations or same transformation in several places. So that's the advantage of using preceding load. So let's take an example of preceding load. How can we work on a preceding load in a Qlikview? So for preceding load, I have prepared a data set, and the scenario here is we have three columns: product ID, region, and sales amount. Region: Europe, South Asia, Australia, North America, and South Asia and Europe, they are repeating, and we have sales. So in Qlikview, if I load this data set, so first of all let's load the data set. So preceding load data. I'll just load it here. It get loaded, save it, and reload it. So the 10 records have been updated, and we got the data set. We got the fields. So I just add the regions. That's the region. I would like to create a table here. I want to add a new sheet object as a table, and in this table box I wanted to show the region, the product ID, and the sales amount. Now my requirement is, if I want to apply the aggregation, I want to perform aggregation, that the total sum of Europe, the total sum of North America, the total sales basically. So I just wanted to apply the aggregation on sales amount based on region. So this can be done by using preceding load, and we can present it in a separate table box. So let's have a look how we can do that. I'll just move it down and again open the script editor. I'll just set this, instead of directory, all directory, I set all region, and within this all region, before this all region, I add a load statement. So again I load a data load, and this will load region, the column name region, comma, I want to show the sum of sales amount. So I specify sum of sales amount, and I want to display as total sales. By using preceding load, or within preceding load statement, we can specify the SQL scripting type, like we can apply grouping statement. So I specify group by region, right? And now when I save and reload it, So you can see only 4 lines have been fetched from the data set. So without touching, without modifying the existing data model, existing data set, we have extracted the data from there. So I got the sheet 1 4 line fetched. Now we have got only total sale. So I simple add region and total sale, region and total sale. The rest of the product ID has been removed. The sale has been removed. Like here we have the sales amount has been removed. The product ID has been removed. We are left with the region and total sale. And now when I click on apply or OK, we got the total sale and the region. And if you want, we already have region, so I can remove it. We don't want duplicate region. And I just remove this as well because I want to add in a table box. So in a table box, I can add region and total sale. So table box, region and total sale. So I got this total sale. So that's the region wise total sale. So that's a preceding load. Next we have the residing load. Now what exactly residing load is or resident load is doing? The resident load, it can be used to load data from a previously loaded table from the existing data set or the data which is already loaded in the Qlikview. So we can use it to load the data from the already existed loaded table. And in resident load, we can do a calculation or transformation. And also it is very simple to load an existing file and table. And this resident load is a very important feature of Qlikview. So by using resident load, we can perform a calculations on an existing fields and table, or we can say that we can call the resident load. It is similar to like we have view in our data sets. So if you are familiar with data file data sets, in data sets we have view. In similar way, we have resident load in Qlikview. So by using resident load, we can load the data files, or we can create a separate table and we can remove the existing data set. Once the data gets loaded in a view, we can drop the existing data set. So let's try this. So I'm going to I'm going to modify the same example. So I remove it. And for this, first of all, I'm going to load a new data set. I just remove this script, save it. And the data set I'm going to use for resident load is the world population. You can see that's a world population. We have country name, population and rank. And my requirement is I want to find out the percentage, the population percentage country wise, and stored it into a new table. And then we'll drop the existing one. So first I load the data set, that's a world population. So I select this, I load this data file, world population, embedded labels, finish. And if you simple save and reload it, we have got 247 lines, and we can add a new table box with the country name, the population and their rank, and we got the data set. Now if I want to calculate, to find out the calculation percentage, country wise calculation percentage, so how we are going to do that? For that, I'm going to use the resident load. So first of all, I specify a name, country, population, country population. Then after this, I again create a separate data set calculation table, and within this table we will be going to load the fields from the existing data set. So load, in this I want country name, comma, I want to find out the percentage. So sum of population divided by sum of rank, and as calculation table calculation table. Now the magic here is we have to specify a keyword resident, and in resident we need to specify that this data, these values, or the calculations or the transformation that we are doing here, these values are coming from which data set. So the values are coming from country population data set. So I just paste it here, country population data set, and then I applied by group by country name and country name. And if you do not close that, that doesn't matter, we save it and reload. So now you can see we have got a country population, that's our existing data set, and also a new data set has been created, calculation table. This is like a view, and this view has been created on fly. This view does not reside in our data set anywhere. This is only for this only resides in our Qlikview right now. I close it, and now we have a country name table and calculation table. So I simple add a calculation table, and we got this calculation table that's in the percentage. So I just remove it and add a new table box, and in this I add country name and calculation tables, apply, and we'll do some customization. So I get to numbers, calculation tables, override document settings, fix to, and show in percentage, apply, and so this column does not exist. We created this column, and now we can view the data as required. And finally, once we're done with this, the last statement can be we can drop the existing data. So drop table, and we can drop this country population. Drop country population. So I'll save it, reload it, and okay. And you can see this has been gone because the data set, the values are gone. We have only calculation. We are left with only with calculation table and country name. Okay. So because we don't have ranks now, we don't have population left. So I just remove it, and we left with this particular. So that's how we can specify the preceding load and the resident load. That's all in this video. If you have any queries, you can visit our website www.bisptrainings.com. You can subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos on Qlikview. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Keep watching.